Well, hello there, Cancer. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are going to be doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of September 12th through the 18th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's see what you have. Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. Interesting. I think you had this last week. And then we have a change in the wind. I am not sure. I think you had these same two cards. So there's this energy of understanding that there is some change that's coming in, and that the change is happening because of the magic coming through you. It's the message I'm getting is that you hold the key to whatever this situation is. So let's take a look at the tarot to get you some more details. So we'll look at your present energy, your area of resistance or your obstacle for the week, and then advice from Spirit. Okay, these are lovely energies. Wow, huge. Okay, so let's see. We have, there's this energy that you have something that you want to achieve. This could be starting your own business. It could be a new relationship. It could be mending a relationship. It could be, buying a new home. It could be moving to a new city. There's something that you have in mind here, but you're very afraid that you're not going to be able to bring this in. It's a little bit of, it could be taking some time. So you're kind of like getting into this energy of worrying, will it happen or not? And once again, that's because it's so near and dear to your heart, right? That's when we're the most devastated by things that don't come in, when it's something that we really and truly want. So with the Scarab Beetle, it's recognizing that the magic of manifestation works through you at this time. Understanding that you do have, a new inspiration coming in. It's about looking forward, staying focused on what it is that you are trying to create in your life. I really feel like this is something new that you're trying to create, whether it's a new business, new career, new house, new relationship. It's staying focused on that because there's something that you have lost. Five of Cups is coming in. A little bit of a focus of being worried that you're going to lose something in order to gain something. So it's an energy of turning your head. See how she is looking at the flowers that have fallen into the water, what she has lost. It's about turning your head and just recognizing, okay, I still have these two cups over here, right? I still have something left. And if this is something that you're trying to bring into your life, you may be concerned about what you may have to give up in order for something new to come in. So, for instance, say, you would love to bring a new romantic relationship into your life, then you may be thinking, oh, well, that means I'll have to spend less time with my friends, or I may not, I may have to compromise on how I spend my time or something like that, right? It could be that you're kind of looking at what you may have to give up, and that blocks the new romantic love coming into your life. Instead of looking over here, well, if I have a new romantic love come into my life, I'll have somebody to share my experiences with, right? Somebody that I can connect to in a soul, a deep soul connection. So, this is part, I feel like you really are walking away towards something that makes you happy. Hierophant, Star, Queen of Pentacles, Sun. I mean, the energy is just beautiful. It's understanding that, yes, you may have to give up something, but what you are going to gain by walking away from something that maybe is just not fulfilling. It's not bad, but it's walking away from something that isn't fulfilling. You're walking away from the Seven of Cups towards the 9 and 10 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is what your heart truly desires. The 10 of Cups, right, is really, that magical blessing that you would love to have come into your life, and understanding that the magic works through you. You can have this come into your life. So let's take a look at what we have here for your present energy. Increase and Four of Swords. There's something that you're trying to increase in your life, whether it is love, relationships, connections with others, money, tangible things, more time for pleasure and play. Whatever you're trying to bring into your life, it's as if it's on hold, with the Four of Swords. There's this energy of, I'm trying to bring something in, but I can't get it to actually manifest. Keep in mind, there's a change in the wind coming. The magic works through you, and it is about shifting your perspective. I really do feel like you're kind of worried about, what you may have to give up in order to make this magical change in your life. Wow. King of Swords, the Sun, Ace of Cups, yeah. And you have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom. Feeling a little bit abandoned, perhaps rejected, unworthy. Some of you may actually feel physically drained, okay? Because we have the Four of Swords here. Needing to take some time out to take really good care of yourself. We also have the Queen of Pentacles underneath here. Another sign that maybe what you really need at this time is to take really good care of yourself. You may have been working too hard lately, right? Or trying to manifest this so much in the physical realm that you are physically drained, or perhaps emotionally, mentally, spiritually drained. So yeah, it's time to make a decision. It's almost a message of, can you continue in this fashion? What change? Fives are about change. So it's almost like a message of Spirit coming in and saying, okay, what are you going to change about your life? And once again, I think you're really Cancer. I think you have good intentions. You're putting a lot of time and energy, perhaps in a lot of different areas. It's almost that energy of trying to keep a lot of plates up in the air. Maybe trying to please a lot of people, right? There's this energy of just, trying to keep all these plates going up in the air. And, Spirit's saying, okay, maybe one of those plates needs to go, right? Or maybe you need help keeping the plates up in the air if you really have to want them all, right? So there's this energy of almost like reassessing, taking a time out and reassessing. Why is this so important to you? What does this represent to you? That you can bring this in. The magic is working through you, but there is also this energy of, I feel like it's almost allowing it to come in, because I feel like, once again, with these two cards, just focusing on what you may lose because you are taking this new direction. We have the King of Swords here, seeing clearly, being almost a little bit stubborn, okay? That energy is coming up, almost being a little bit stubborn, Cancer, about, what it is that you are putting your time, your energy, your love, your creative abilities. You're trying to get something, together, something that is near and dear to your heart, to the Sun, right? This is something that you're really focusing on, but I do feel like there's almost this energy of you're putting too much of yourself into this, that there is more magic, that the universe can come through you in order to manifest what it is that you want, because it's definitely in your cards, right, to have this come in. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, so this is your area of resistance or your obstacle. This is what you're working on this week. So you have new beginning and world. You are really wanting a new beginning. You are really wanting this change, right? So whatever this represents, it's something near and dear to your heart. That is for sure. So it could be a new relationship. it could be to me, it's a new journey. I'm getting that energy of just going on a new path, perhaps wanting to move to a new place, start a new business, start a new career, maybe go back to school. There's something new that you are really wanting. But I'm going to say that I do feel like you really want this, but because this energy is here, I almost feel there's almost a tad, Cancer, just a tad of an energy of you're wanting this change instead of working on healing something that is going on either with you, and it could be, once again, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, it's almost as if you want something new in your life to detract you from doing the true healing of some other area of your life, because this energy is really strong, and it's as if you're almost a little bit of a panicky feeling, like, I really want this to come in. I want this change. I really want this change. And it's kind of like, I want this change so that I don't have to fix something else in my life. Yeah. Emperor energy on the bottom. Yeah. Stepping into your power, wanting to celebrate perhaps with others, but, going on this new journey. But with the Emperor energy, I'm going to say it's almost kind of like this King of Swords. It's kind of like, I've made up my mind. I'm going in this new direction. I feel like you may be saying to other people, yeah, I'm going. I'm all excited. It's almost like, let's have a goodbye party, because Cancer is moving on. But you're blocking it. Yeah, it's being blocked because there's something from the past that you have not yet completely healed or closed out. And you know this, okay? With the High Priestess. You know what this Six of Cups represents, okay? This is a relationship, a situation in your past that you have not yet completely closed out. Does not mean that you have to bring this person, this situation back into your life, but you have not done the healing around it. It's almost as if you're walking away from it instead of actually doing the work, okay, that may be required in that situation. And once again, it does not mean that you have to reunite with that person. It just means that the energy is not closed out, and that is what is preventing you from walking forward. Yeah. And then you have the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant. Understanding that I feel like whatever you are wanting to leave behind, okay, is not meant to be in your life anymore, perhaps. But you also understand that you haven't completely learned all of the lessons from this because you haven't yet closed that energy out. There's some lesson that you still have to look at. There's still some healing that needs to be done in that situation before you can actually step into this new world. Okay? Because this new world is on your spiritual path. You are meant to move forward. You are meant to move towards your 9 and 10 of Cups. But you have this burden, and this burden is sabotaging your move forward. When I was a child, I moved a lot. We moved every 2 years because of my father's work. So we moved quite often. And one of the things that I truly learned on that journey that I maybe wasn't really good at in the beginning and then got better at is, truly saying goodbye to my friends. Because I think for some reason I thought that I didn't necessarily have to say goodbye. I mean, I would say, oh, bye, but I wasn't just going home, right? I wasn't just, oh, I'll see you next week, right? I was really leaving. And back then, right, when I was a child, there wasn't cell phones. You couldn't text. You couldn't FaceTime. You had to write letters if you wanted to stay in contact. because we would move states, So I was never going to see those people again. And I feel like there is that energy here where it's kind of like, even if you're not going to reunite with somebody, even if you don't want to even talk to this person ever again, right? There's this energy where you have not yet totally closed it out, if in no other way than for you to close that energy out, to understand that path is done. That option is closed. I'm not going back. I feel like there's almost this part of you that is hoping that it is healed, okay? But you want it to heal on its own. You don't want to necessarily say goodbye to it, and you don't necessarily want to put time and energy into trying to mend it. So it's kind of like you can't move forward because you're still wondering what's going on with this energy. And we've all experienced that. It is about, okay, I have to look forward. But before I turn my head and start looking at what I still have of where I am going to go, perhaps if you don't want to actually say goodbye to this person because it's a toxic relationship or something, it is about having maybe a little bit of a ceremony, for yourself of understanding, this is done and I have to move forward. Gemini had a reading like this about 2 months ago, and it was something about honestly having a funeral for what you are leaving behind. That energy of having some kind of a ceremony, something like a funeral where you tell yourself, yes, this is done. I'm not going back. I'm not waiting for this person to change. I'm not waiting for this situation to change. The change in the wind here is you actually understanding there is not going to be change here, or I'm going to put energy into changing this, right? So for some of you, it means you have to have a conversation with this person or go back and try to at least close this energy out. For others of you, it may mean that you just have to have some type of ceremony to allow yourself to turn your head and to look forward and not to be worried about, is this person coming back, or do I want them to come back, right? Because here you have your advice. You're about to manifest this creative endeavor. And to me, the creative endeavor is whatever this new world is that you are wanting to create for yourself, whether it's a new relationship or it's a new job, a new career, a new business, a new house, a new city. It doesn't matter. You have the ability to manifest this. It's almost as if, it's kind of like you have the ability to manifest it. It's about you deciding, do you really want to manifest it or not? Yeah, because I feel like you have the magician's wand at this time in your hand. You can manifest whatever it is. Magic works through you, right? You can create whatever it is that you want. It's almost as if you think you want one thing and yet your heart is still saying, well, but are they coming along with me? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Blessings coming your way. Stepping into new cycles because you have put a lot of time and energy into something. King of Cups, your energy is coming in here. Yeah. Moving on to calmer waters. But here's the key. Okay. You have the Devil energy still attached to something. To perhaps trying to work on healing something. So it's a little bit about Cancer. You have to make up your mind. Yeah, because you do have this Devil energy a little bit attached to working. 8 of Pentacles on healing, Star energy, Aquarius energy. Does not have to be Aquarius, but it's it's 2 messages in the same thing, because I feel like you're putting a lot of time and energy into manifesting, okay? Your wishes and dreams, because this is your wishes and dreams. But at the same time, there's this energy but I want to heal something from the past. You're torn. You're torn. And my heart really goes out to you because, when we're in these situations, I feel with the victim mentality here, in fact, I'm just going to clarify the victim mentality. I feel like your heart is really drawn to something that you are leaving behind. It could be like maybe you're moving to a new city and there's somebody that you wish would come along with you, and yet that it's not, they're like, no, that's not my path, right? And is maybe a relationship that you have put a lot of time and energy into. So it's kind of hard. Yeah, having the strength. I feel for some of you, if you are worried, can something work out? Okay, that you are leaving behind. Can something work out? There is about having the strength and courage to face your fears of the time and energy that you have put into this. I think part of it is that you have put so much time and energy into whatever it is that you're leaving behind. Okay, you've put a lot of time and energy into it. It's almost as if you are saying to yourself, well, was that a waste of time? That's never a waste of time. There is no such thing as a waste of time, because out of that, and maybe if you are truly having to say goodbye to someone or some situation at this time, is in order to help you to see what you still have left. Yes, you're having to leave something behind, but perhaps it is about sitting down with yourself and asking yourself, okay, there's no waste of time. What have I learned from this situation, right? That's your Two of Cups. I have to leave this person behind, but what have I learned about relationships or myself or my self-awareness or my understanding of the spiritual world, or whatever you have learned, okay? That is what you have gained. You may have to leave somebody or some situation behind, and that may be painful, but it's about now focusing on what you have gained from this relationship or situation, and focusing on that and taking that forward. For others of you, I do feel like if you really wanted to mend this, there is that energy that you could possibly mend it. That is your decision, and I think that is what this whole reading is about, Cancer. It's kind of like, what do you really want, Cancer? I feel like for some of you, you are telling yourselves you don't want this person or situation in your life anymore, and yet at the same time you really do. You may not be quite admitting that to yourself or to others, or you may know it, but it's kind of like, yeah, well, I'm still walking forward without them, right? Which is fine. But that's the message here. It's kind of like you have to decide. And then you have to decide to put your energy into moving forward, and trying to decide, is this person, situation coming with me or not? Wow. It's kind of a big deal. It really is, because I feel like for some of you, you are moving completely into a new world. It's almost like a whole new echelon of a world. I feel like a lot of you are literally moving, or completely changing your lifestyle. And so it's almost this energy of, I think, for some of you, the people or the situations that you are having to leave behind are near and dear to your heart. With the old you, you have transformed. You are a different person than you were, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. You have transformed. What you may be missing is a little bit of that old Cancer, right? So it's kind of like an energy of, okay, when I really step into this life, I'm leaving a lot of me behind. But you're leaving the old you. You're not leaving the new you behind, right? Really interesting. It is a spiritual, definitely a spiritual ascension, which can at times be a little bit scary. So let's see what your soul truth card is. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? And I feel like that's exactly a really good, advice in this situation. It is understanding, you are going through a major change, and it's about being compassionate to yourself, of understanding that this big change, right, is a big change in not just one area of your life. I think whatever area you are changing, say you're changing your career, right, it's going to impact you in different other ways in other sectors of your life. And when we go through a lot of big change, just to be kind and compassionate to yourself. All right, so let's read this. Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you're able to give the world more grace. And you could be almost like giving yourself some tough love right now, trying to talk yourself into being strong in this situation. I also think, there's nothing wrong with being compassionate to yourself too, right? Being kind and gentle to yourself. Understanding this is kind of a big transition in your life, and understanding that it's scary. I think for a lot of you, it's exciting, and yet it's also, with that excitement, there's also a little bit of, oh, what am I doing? You're on the right path. You are on the right path, Cancer. This is pretty powerful energy. You get to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. And you do. You have the Star card, Hierophant, same energies coming out over and over again, So, well, I wish you much love and light in this. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And I wish you much happiness and joy, love and light this week and always. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.